Ryan Seacrest, L&K. We have on the phone Kanye West. Kanye, how are you, man?
I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Good, thanks. Are you in your design headquarters right now?
Yes, I am.
All right, I want to get to that in a second. But first, let's clear up some of the stuff that went down on Grammy night. You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, let's start with, I guess the simple question is, why did you decide to get out of your seat and come up when Beck won for Album of the Year?
You know, I felt like just the whole Grammys, right when that happened, everybody was looking at me, and then people started screaming, Kanye, Kanye, go do it. And, okay, that didn't really happen. These were voices in my head.
I'm like, wait a minute, I missed that.
These are the voices in his head, he said.
Oh.
Okay, so the voices in my head told me, go up. And then, like, you know, I just walked up, like, halfway up the stage, and, you know, what I really, wanted to do is just joke around with what had happened before, but I just really didn't want to take away from Beck's moment or the time he's having to talk, because, the Grammys, they play, music really quick no matter who you are and everything, so I didn't want anything to take away from his scream time, so I just walked back down, because, it was kind of a joke, like the Grammys themselves.
Well, it's okay. Let's come down. Why you did see, like, if you looked at the shot of Jay and Beyonce, you saw them kind of laughing at you doing that, and you were saying that you were reflecting on that moment where it happened way back in 2000 whatever with Taylor at the VMAs.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to take away from Beck, but like some have said, and I'll come back to your Grammy point in a second, but some have said that did disrespect Beck. What would you say to Beck if you could say anything to him?
Well, first of all, Beck is one of the nicest guys and one of the most respected musicians in the game. So there's nothing that I would want to do as a fellow musician to disrespect him in any way. And the weird thing is, like, I don't feel like I have the right to do, to take away from people's moments. But the reality of it is, and case in point by who came up to me right afterwards, is it's almost like a chiropractor. You just get a little crook out, like, wow, this crook has been there. It's like, just a little jolt of truth, right? And then, everyone feels better after the fact, or everyone's way more famous after the fact, or everyone sells way more albums after the fact. And then Kanye just goes on being to everyone. But, like, Taylor Swift came up to me right afterwards, literally right afterwards, and tells me that I should have went on stage.
Uh-huh. Now,
so this is the irony of my life.
The irony in that moment, because when that happened with Taylor at the VMAs, we weren't sure exactly what was going on then there. But you also said that she said to you she wants to work with you, right?
Yeah, she wants to get in the studio, and we're definitely gonna go in. And any artist with an amazing point of view, perspective, fan base, I'm down to get in the studio and work. I don't discriminate. I don't have an elitism of music because of, like, how many Grammys or, the amount of, ratings you get on an album. I think that everyone loves music, whether they love hip-hop, alternative country. And if I could be involved in giving people any type of energy, advice in the studio, whether you're Beyonce, whether you're Taylor Swift, whether you're Jay-Z, whether you're Beck, whoever, and they can be reciprocal with that, I'd like to be involved with that.
So do you think that there's an issue with perception versus intention, Kanye?
Oh, yes, definitely, but the road to hell has been paved with good intentions. I'm at a point where, it's ways to do things in a smoother way. And I feel that at the Grammys, I don't know exactly what the press has been because I don't keep up with that, but at the Grammys, when I did go up on stage and left off, there was a really good vibe about it. And everybody was laughing and smiling. And
I think everybody thought it was a joke at that point, and then it seemed to take a turn more serious on the e-broadcast afterwards.
Well, what happened is because I sat there and I kind of let that smolter, and I was asked my opinion, and I was given a platform. And when given a platform, it's very hard for, as we know, and I'm going to talk in third person like I'm a crazy person, but it's very hard for Kanye West to not be very true and vocal to what he feels. It's like people take the Grammys for granted in a way because of the commercials, because a lot of the musicians are very rich and everything. But this is our Super Bowl. You know, and someone's got to be mad that Marshawn didn't get the ball. Someone's got to, like.
I think that Marshawn being Beyonce, I think is what he's referring to. All right, hold for one second.
I don't want to say that because I wanted to also stress to people that it's not a black or white thing at all. It's not me always standing up for a black artist. I feel that racism is a distraction to humanity. We are one race.
Right.
We are the human race, period. And I feel that we have to base our new society, the future post-internet society, off of blocks and bricks of truth. And if the Grammys are capitalizing off the amount of views that Beyonce gets for them and still not laying that brick of truth and being respectful towards, because Beck says, hey, I even afterwards literally said I think Beyonce should have won it. And when I said that thing about respect artistry, you know, I think it came off the wrong way, and that was a miswording on my part, because obviously Beck is one of the most respected artists and respects artistry. But I felt, and this is my opinion, and he's his own man, and he's not wrong, and we'll still go play basketball and stuff if he doesn't want to do it. But I felt that even though the Grammys sometimes give awards to people who you wouldn't think should win in the category, as a respect to artists, we mention the other artist's name in our speech. We always have to
everybody does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so honored to be in this category with these people, these amazing people.
And that was the point I was making about it. Like, there's many times I gave other people my award, literally made them come up on stage. There's many times, Maroon 5, when they won Best New Artist, Adam mentioned me. You know, because it was the College Dropout and 10 nominations and all that. So even though the Grammys' way of a voting system might be
wait, hold on, hold that thought, because I got to take a quick break. I want to come back. I want to ask you about that, because I think that, you know, we'll go back to your earlier point about them being a joke in your words. Hang on for one second.
Okay.
Kanye West is with us. Kanye West here with us now. We're talking about the Grammys and getting a little bit more perspective about what was, going through his mind and what happened when he got up there with Beck at the show, what he said after the show. And earlier here, you said that the Grammys are a joke. Tell me why you think that.
No, you know, I was joking when I said they were a joke, but like kind of not really, but sort of truthfully. I believe that the Grammys are the dream. The dream. You know, it's like when my wife got a divorce, and I'm sorry, Kim, for mentioning this as an example, but it's the best example I have in front of me right now. You know, she got a lot of backlash from it because her fans had felt like somehow their dream was broken because she's a dream girl, and they're living, you know, vicariously through her in some way. And it's like the Grammys, for us artists that work really hard, go to the studio every day, it feels like they constantly feel like they can get a divorce with us every year and break our dreams every year. Yeah, they get Daft Punk Award. Yeah, they get Arcade Fire Award. But they're like a broke clock. They're right only like twice a day. It has to be some level of respect for the people that they have there to, sell advertising for them.
So do you believe that Beyonce didn't win because she's so commercial? Because she's so popular? Because she's so successful?
I believe she didn't move and run to the stage because she's a respectful individual. But because she is so successful, a lot of times success disables your ability to communicate exactly what the you want to say.
Right.
So,
right. But there you just said exactly what you wanted to say. That was an example of saying it right there.
So do you feel like
I did not allow success to disable me? Let me give you one example. I was at an airport in London going through customs, and I was in the first class line, and then I looked over the coach line. It's completely empty. So I walked over the coach line and got through the line, and then everyone else was like with their Hermes belts and their Hermes bags, and this was a blatant example of classism where the people who worked at the airport played a trick on the rich people or the high class, first class, whatever, by making them stand in a super slow line. And I had to give them a high five. I was like, dude, that was really funny.
So they were intentionally making the line go slow because they wanted to hold them up.
Yeah, to hold them up, because you know what? Every time a rich person can be played a joke on and please don't run up and play jokes on me all the time. But, good, because life isn't fair. It's like a very, small group of people that are, so talented or so beautiful that they can, go and buy a big house and a gated community and a foreign car. How can the American dream be about a foreign car? It's about us taking our position to give back to the masses. Yes, the Grammys are a communication that always makes Kanye West, excuse me for third person, Kanye West look bad or look like a bad person or look like I'm intentionally trying to disrespect someone. But I really want to take this opportunity to say, just watch. We're going to do so much to equalize and break the barriers of classism. We're going to do so much. This is what I talked to Obama about. I'm in the fashion world not trying to sell a $30,000 coat. I'm in the fashion world trying to steal talent so that I can bring it and make a company that can give everyone the same thing that Prada makes, everyone the same thing that Gucci makes. I'm here on some Robin Hood.
That's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wait, okay, hold on. I have so many thoughts. So go back to the Grammys issue.
Okay.
You didn't go for how many years? 5 or 6 years?
6 years.
6 years. Then you went back this year. Next year, if you're nominated or not, would you go?
I will not go until I sit with Neil, sit with Jimmy Jam, and fix the voting system to be more in accord with the popular votes, because the popularity is what is needed to sell commercials. This is an important institution, like marriage. Grammys are like a marriage for a musician. You dream about getting married your whole life. You dream about winning a Grammy. But the Grammys right now are like the that's going to cheat on you and like your cousin at the wedding.
Just know that if you are listening, there are a few things that have dropped out, but he's making a point. Yeah. So if there are dead spots in this, there are things that are being said, but I can't air them to everybody.
Okay, you got to say, look, just bleep it out, Ryan.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah. You got to say, look.
I've got it.
It's got to say, look, Grammys, if you're going to my cousin, don't do it at the wedding.
Well, when can they?
That's the conversation that, like you mentioned, you're going to Neil Portnow, who's the president of the Academy. So I'm sure maybe not those words. Maybe we'll use those words. But have you reached out to have the conversation with him? Because if you really want to have change, then have that conversation with him.
Oh, we're going to have a conversation, but it starts with this. Neil, hey, Neil, I'm not coming back to the Grammys until this changes. Because we work on music 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. This is our job, and this is our life, and we will have rights and be respected and be treated fairly and not just used for commercial advertising.
I think you guys should have a meeting. I really do think you guys should meet. I know him. I know him well. I think that you guys should have a conversation about all this because obviously you feel strongly about it. And it is. And by the way, it is for music fans, for those of us who watch. We want to see all of you. It's our night to watch all of you. It's our night to hear from all of you. It's our night to see you perform. Like we, as the consumer, as the audience, we want you to be there, right? So I mean, there's a dialogue that needs to happen if you feel this way.
Yes, and also I think from a production standpoint, I think they make a lot of amazing things happen, but I think it runs a little bit slow. And I think there's a genius art director named Willow Perron that was responsible for Katy Perry's performance, My Only One performance, and the 4 or 5 seconds performance. He needs to be involved. A revolution of inspiration can only be had when the older generation combines with the younger generation, not just blocks them off. No more classism, no more elitism, no more ageism, no more you're not from here-ism, no more isms. Let's remove the isms and let's show, because only orchestrators, musicians can bring people to one accord. And this is about music. We have to start right here at the Grammys, at any award show, at musicians, and show that we are the world. We are the people that give people inspiration that next morning when they drive into their work. And we have to show how we have to work together, from musicians to the way we present ourselves to the way we present our awards. You know, it's from the heart.
Kanye West, I want to talk about music, your music, and Rihanna's music in just a second. Let's come back with Kanye here. Kanye West is on with us right now. Let's talk about the first 4 or 5 seconds. This is a song that we're playing on the radio all across the country, and for that matter, it's being played around the world. It's a great song. It was actually your song at first. What's the story of it?
Well, I had the amazing opportunity to work with Paul McCartney. And, we just went in and we vibed out. And as you could see, I might be a little bit more angst than Paul.
Just a little. I mean, you have to get to know you to know that, but yeah.
And remember the last time when Paul had somebody really angst working with them, the type of music they made.
Who was it?
That was John Lennon.
And I'm not, hey, everyone, America, I'm not comparing myself to John Lennon. I'm just saying I'm angst a bit like John Lennon. And the tension, salt and pepper. I mean, maybe that's a bad because it sounds like black and white. But, the tension creates a new magic. The tension creates the pressure creates the diamond from the coal. And he came in with the best vibes ever. And I said, 4, 5 seconds from wildin'. He said, it's great, everyone. And then we just had that. And then Rihanna heard it. I'm executive producing Rihanna's album. And she heard it. And literally, she was not going to be satisfied until she had this record. And I didn't feel like I was projecting it. I feel like she is like, excuse me if I compare Rihanna to Annie Lennox but I feel like she has this type of energy in her vocals, and she even brought it to another level of like soul and heart and artistry, keyword of the week, artistry. And I said, okay, cool, I'll give you this song. I gave her the song, and next day I woke up on the Grammys, so I guess it worked out.
The song sounds amazing. And tell me about the Yeezy Boost, because this is making news right now. Kanye's going to make an appearance and debut the sneakers this Thursday, actually, at Fashion Week, which is happening in New York. Tell us about these.
Okay, so about some of the interviews when I was working with the previous company, Nike, and I want to say, even though I seem like, I'm attacking them also, I really feel I'm thankful that they gave me the opportunity to make the first 2 Yeezys with them, also, of course, Louis Vuitton, and all these people that allowed me to practice and also build a name and hype around this part of creativity in my life. So now, I went to Adidas a year and a half ago. I left Nike and went to Adidas. And, they offered to allow me to make an entire line and give me an office and all these things I want to do just to create more. And this Thursday, we're going to show this presentation, but we're not only going to just show the presentation to buyers and press the way they do in fashion shows. We're going to show the presentation 10 times over the next 2 days, where if you're a family in Brooklyn, you can come and bring your kids and just check it out. But wait a second, not just Brooklyn. We're going to stream the presentation to 40 locations across the globe, Johannesburg, Melbourne, Sydney, London, Atlanta, Chicago. So say if you're in Atlanta and you're a fresh kid and you wore the Margielas because you saw me up there at the Yeezus tour with them, and, your girl is fresh and she got some Malaya shoes off of eBay because she saw Kim wear them in Fashion Week, and you doing your thing and everything, and you find out, okay, Ye's got this fashion show, that you can go to a theater at 4 o'clock to see. You're going to go see that. You're going to want to feel that energy, and I want everybody. This isn't about elitism. This isn't about separatism. This is about as many people being involved with this vision, as possible.
So they're going to come out to the public when? This Saturday? Is that right?
This Thursday.
Thursday you can see them, but when can you get them? Okay, New York.
Okay. Yeah, I think the shoes come out this Saturday, which is also great. It's like instant gratification.
But Thursday's when you can see all this rolled out.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to all the kids and all the parents that can't get the shoes currently because it's only $9,000. And also if they're because they're $350, and if they're out of anyone's price range, I just want to make sure that we keep it safe, because I've heard about people getting hurt, for sneaker culture in the past, and I just want everyone to be safe and be patient. Just be patient. I know you can run up on this, kid, 14-year-old kid, and take his Yeezys, but just be patient because we'll make more Yeezys. Eventually, everybody who wants to get Yeezys will get Yeezys. Adidas has promised me that because there's so many kids that have wanted them that couldn't get them. And I talked to the heads at Adidas, and they said, we can make them. Next season, my focus is going to be doing high school uniforms. Like when I was growing up, kids wanted Jordans. Kids got killed for Jordans. Now that I'm in a position, I'm going to make sure everyone gets Yeezys.
There you go, Yeezys for.
Love that. I
want
love
some
that.
Yeezys. I want some Yeezys. Do they give me any height? These Yeezys? Because I need, I could use an inch or two.
Yeah, they also give you like 2 inches.
See, oh. yeah.
Kids everywhere running to get them. How about Valentine's Day? What are you guys doing? Have you made your creative plans for Saturday?
Every day is Valentine's with me and Kim, honestly.
Aww,
that's
sweet.
No, but
It's true.
Completely like on a Christmas or a Valentine's is like, what do we do today? Okay, we just came back from Rome. Let's go to Popeyes. That's the reason why me, John, his wife, and my wife, we go to like delis. We were supposed to go to Popeyes the other night to take a photo, but we gotta keep it hood sometimes.
Yeah, I saw them. They were talking to the Waffle House. They had a photo. All right, Kanye, thanks for the time. I appreciate you trying to clear that up with us today.
All right, cool.
Goodbye.